Thank you. Thank you. Wow. And thank you, Roger. This is an incredible day for my family and me, and I thank all of you for being here. And I especially want to thank the search committee. What a ride it's been. And Nelson Schwab has been a fantastic leader, and we've run up a lot of wireless minutes talking to each other. And I want to thank Erskine Bowles for recommending me to the Board of Governors. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to lead the best university in the world. And I'm looking forward to working with the greatest faculty, staff, and students in all of higher education. I'd like to introduce you to my family, my wife, Patty, and our children, John and Emma. We decided not to bring the dog, but you'll see her later. My mother, Bo Thorp, class of 1956. My brother, Clay, class of 1990, and his wife, Laura, class of 1991. And my cousin John is here from OBGYN, and he's in 1979. A couple of weeks ago, President Bowles and I went to Greensboro to talk to Jim Phillips, the chair of the Board of Governors, about my candidacy for this position. I guess it went okay. On the way home, we stopped for gas. President Bowles got out and put the nozzle in the tank, and then he leaned back in the car and said, "I know this probably isn't the place where you thought you'd get the most important job offer of your life. But I'd like you to be the chancellor at Chapel Hill." So I said, "Erskine, I'm never going to forget the Exxon on Wendover Avenue." It's a good thing I didn't run in to get some nabs. First, I need to talk about how I got here. When I was an undergraduate chemistry major at Carolina, I worked in Tom Meyer's lab, and he and his students and postdocs convinced me to become a scientist. Just about the best thing anyone ever did for me. Tom was chair of the chemistry department then, and Royce Murray had been chair before that. Royce and Tom's science inspired the work that I did for my PhD at Caltech, and it always made sense to me that I would be department chair one day. In graduate school, I worked for Harry Gray, who was the most supportive mentor in all of science, and also a former department chair. His love for higher education shines brightly. Harry's lab has produced 5 presidents or chancellors of major research universities, and on July 1, when I take office, 3 out of 62 sitting AAU presidents or chancellors will be from Harry Gray's Caltech lab. When I called him yesterday to tell him this, I said, "Harry, you got number 5, and he said, "You just beat number 6. So there's another chemist about to get a job somewhere. When I came back to Chapel Hill in 1993, the chair of chemistry was Joe Templeton, the finest human being I know. So I always wanted to be chair of chemistry thanks to people like Royce, Tom, Harry, Joe, Bill Little, and many others. But the reason I went into administration when I did was because of James Measer. One night 8 years ago, he and Matt Kupek took me down to Fayetteville to speak at an alumni event. On the way there, James told me that he wanted to help the Moorhead Planetarium, and that he hoped I would help him figure out how to do that. I didn't know the first thing about astronomy. But of course, I said yes. My lesson is that if the boss takes you on a trip and asks you to do something, you should do it. I simply can't put into words what James Measer has done for me. And I know that all of you here today join me in deepest appreciation and admiration for what he has done for Carolina these past 8 years. I've had other wonderful mentors in South Building, especially Bernadette Gray Little, Steve Allred, Bruce Carney, and Matt Kupek. Thank you.